Okay, so hello all. So every one of you are able to create master tables and transactional tables. You are able to maintain the data, right? So if you take this example, Harita have created RTC trip, RTC bus trip details table. Let me find any transaction, sorry, master table. For example, bus master data. Let me go to the foreign key level and I can see this bus master data table. So let's say you are the manager, you are the RTC or road transport company manager, and there is a new bus added to your company. You need to maintain that bus details in the application, right? Yes or no? Bus ID, that bus number and bus type. You should be able to add that to your system, right? Please respond, yes or no? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How can you add that new bus to the table? How you are creating new entries in the table now?
Go to utilities.
Going to utilities.
Why? Okay, in
Utilities,
utilities, table
table content,
contents, create
create entry.
entries. So here you are able to create new entries, right? Click on new entries and enter the bus ID. See, see Harita, like you should maintain proper field labels. Maybe you maintained it, but it is showing only these field labels. I'm talking about in the data element, right? So whatever the field labels you maintain in the data element, they'll reflect here. Harita, did you create table maintenance generator for this? Looks like you created it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't explain that. Maybe you followed the previous class videos. Did you create for every table? Let me check driver ID table so that I can show you how to create a table maintenance generator. Utilities. Okay. For this, there is no maintenance screen for driver table, driver master data table. Now, how can we maintain new driver entry here? How can we maintain a new driver? Go to utilities, table contents, create entries, and here you are able to create the data, right? It will add one entry in the table. But this is not possible in the projects. This is not the way we follow in the projects, right? Because SC11 is a developer transaction code, technical transaction code. We can access these transaction codes in the development system. But when you move these tables to the production system where the actual records are going to create, right? You cannot access SC11, SC38, these transaction codes. But how can the user, whoever working in the production system, whoever responsible to create a new driver, how can they create a new entry for that in the master tables? Because they don't have access for SC11, right? So to maintain the data, we use a option called table maintenance generator. Everyone please observe. What is the option we use? What is the option we use to maintain the data?
Table maintenance generator.
Okay, in short form we call it as a TMG. TMG, table maintenance generator. So what is the transaction code we use to create the table maintenance generator? Same transaction code SC11. To create the transaction, to create the table maintenance generator, we use a same transaction code SC11. But how to access the table maintenance generator screen? For that we use T code SM30. Please remember this transaction code. What is the transaction code we use to access the table maintenance screen? So what is the transaction code we use to access the table maintenance screen?
SM30.
SM30 is the transaction code. To create the maintenance screen, we use SC11.
Hello.
Okay, we use SC11. Now, let's go to the maintenance creation steps. First, open the table. So, please remember, mostly we create this table maintenance screen for transaction, no, sorry, master data tables, not for the transactional data tables, but because you should not allow the user to manipulate the transactions. Okay, you should not allow the user to manipulate the transactions or to change the transactions. They should gone through some validations and then only the transactions will be created. We should not allow the users to change the transactions. Okay, we create table maintenance generator screens for master data tables to configure the master data in the production systems. Okay, so how many different systems we have in any project? We do changes in the we do any developments or changes in the development system, and we send those changes to the test system where testing will happen. Once the testing is completed, those applications will be moved to production system. Okay, we don't directly do the changes in production system. Okay, so we do developments in the development system, and then we move those changes to the test system. In the test system, testing team will work on the testing the applications, right? They'll test the applications, and then once the testing is completed, we move those applications to production system. Okay, that can be a database table, program, anything. Okay, I'll take a separate class on that about the system landscapes in the project. But when we move these changes to the production system, right? I'll give you an example for production system. So when you go to the bank, whatever the system that banking clerk is using, that is the example for production system, right? Where they are creating the deposits, withdrawals using that system, right? Can you tell me one more example for production system? Can you tell me any other example for production system? Railway booking counter. They do ticket bookings on the production environment, not on the development or test environment, right? Yes or no? Wherever the actual
Yes, sir.
business data is going to create, that we call as production system. Okay, development and test system are for development and the testing purpose. Okay, we are not going to create any production data in those two systems. Okay, clear? Now we need a maintenance screen for driver master data table. How can we create? First open the table in change mode. Sorry, and go to utilities and select the option called table maintenance generator. Table maintenance generator. It's very easy. Okay, select the option table maintenance generator. Now here it will ask for the authorization group. So what is authorization group? It restricts the users to access the table maintenance screen. What type of table it is? Sorry, what kind of data it is? Drivers master data table, right? So this drivers master data table should be accessible for the manager, only the managers, right? Who is responsible to manage drivers, right? So this data should not be accessible for the other managers. They should not be able to create any data in this database table, right? If you want to add that restrictions, we can use this authorizations concept in SAP to restrict the user to access any specific application, okay, or to allow only certain peoples to access this application, right? We maintain the authorization group. As per this authorization group, system admins will allow the access, okay. For now, we select without authorization group, NC, select NC. So no authorization group, we are not restricting the users to access this table maintenance screen because we are selecting without authorization. But in project, sometimes they'll ask you to choose any specific authorization group, whatever available here. Okay, they'll provide those details. So you can use that specific authorization group. Okay, so that only a specific set of people or resources can access the table maintenance screen. Select this NC. Now, function group. For now, just take table name as the function group. So it's a it's a different concept. I'll explain when we are working on the function modules. Okay. For now, just provide table name as function group. Okay. So it acts as a folder to create all the relevant objects which are going to auto generated for this table maintenance screen. Okay. I'll explain in detail when we are working on the function modules. Okay. For now, take same table name as the function group name. Okay. Here we have two options: maintenance type, one step or two step. So in one step, it will show only one screen and one overview screen where you can where you can enter the new records or change the existing records, right? First, I'll create using one step. Select one step, and you need to provide a screen number. You need to provide a screen number for this maintenance screen, or you can automatically find screen numbers using this propose screen numbers option, or you can enter screen number between 1 to 9999 triple nines. Okay, you can enter any screen number between 1 to 999 here. Since I am taking one step, I am providing only one screen number. I am not providing the single screen. I am not providing the single screen. And I am selecting no user recording routine option. No user recording routine option. Create the maintenance screen. Save it. It will generate multiple objects like maintenance screen and function group. So you need to save multiple times for each object. You can see what is the object you are trying to save. Your maintenance screen is created. Save it. Now, where can you access your maintenance screen? In which transaction code? SM30.
SM30.
30.
Go to SM30/O because I want to open a new session. It will automatically populate the table name. Otherwise, just enter your table name here and click on edit. Continue. I'll explain like why you see this warning message every time. So there are two entries in this database table, right? So this is the table maintenance screen. Here we can create the new records. This is single screen. Please observe this is single step, right? So it is showing since I have selected the single step. Click on new entries. In the overview screen itself, you can enter the new data. Like that, you can enter multiple records and click on save. It will create one more record in the table. One more record in the table. Okay. So it's a single screen, right? Is everyone able to observe? So it will display only this overview screen where you can change the existing records. If you want to change any license number, just change it and click on save. It will update the record. Okay, it will update the record in the database table. But you cannot change the primary key. Please remember, you cannot change the primary key. This is primary key, right? Driver ID is the primary key in the table, right? You cannot create, you cannot change the existing primary key. You can create new records. Okay. So this is the single step. Let's see how two-step screen will work. Let me go back to the maintenance screen and delete it. I am deleting the maintenance screen, right? How to delete it? Go to the table in change mode, go to utilities, table maintenance generator and delete it. Delete the maintenance screen. It's very important concept. Everyone please observe it carefully. I've deleted the maintenance screen. Now I'll create again with two step. Provide the authorization group. I'll provide the function group. I'll provide the screen number manually, or I'll provide find screen number option. It will automatically propose screen numbers. So I provided two screen numbers and selected two step, because I am providing two screen numbers because I have selected two step screen, right? Two step screen maintenance. So you can tell me like which one is convenient for the user. So once we created, you need to tell me like which one is convenient for the user to maintain the data. There is one more important option here. Observe here. Dialog data transport details, dialog data transport details and recording routine option. There are two options here. Standard recording routine, no or user recording routine. Standard recording routine, no or user recording routine. So when we select second option, no or user recording routine option, when you don't need to send whatever the records you are creating in the development system to production system, test system and the production system. You keep it local to the development system. If you want to keep whatever the new records you are creating in the maintenance screen, right, in the table, if you don't want to send those records, I'm talking about data records, right? For example, driver data. If you don't want to send that data to production system, select the second option so that it won't create any request. If you select the first option, standard recording routine, we have a concept called transport request. In SAP ABAP, we have a concept called transport request. We use this transport request to send development system objects to test system and then production system. We move using the transport request. If you select the standard recording routine option, whenever you create a new record, whenever you change the record, it will ask for a transport request. Why? Because it will enforce you to release those requests to test system and then to production system, so that same data records will be applied in all the development, test and production systems. Okay, when you want to maintain same data in development system, test system and production system, so select a standard recording routine option so that it will enforce the user to select a transport request whenever he change the data or whenever a new record is created. Okay, so that he can move that request to the test system and then to production system. So whatever the data you are creating in the development system, same data will be reflected in the test system and production system. Okay, but if you don't want that option, you want to create records locally in development system, local to the development system, local to the test system and local to the production system, which option we need to select? If you want to maintain separate data in all these three systems, which option you need to select, first one or second one? Please respond. Which option we need to select? If you want to maintain separate data in development system, separate data in test system and separate data in production system. Second option, no your user routine, recording routine. But if you want to maintain same data in development system, test system and production system, select a standard or recording routine. Here the user doesn't have any option to change the data in production system. First, they should be able to change the data in dev system and then move the changes to test and production, right? If you select the second option, user can change the data directly in the production system. Okay, no need to create any data in development and test. Clear? Now let's create the maintenance screen. Create it. It is creating the maintenance screen. Looks like it is taking time. Server is slow, I think. Please remember, there are multiple interview questions on this concept. One first concept is, what is table maintenance generator? So what is the use of table maintenance generator? It is to maintain the master data or configuration data in the system, right? So how can you transport or how can you send records from development system to production system? What is the option you need to select? What is the option we need to select? Standard recording routine option. It's a very important interview question. So by selecting standard recording routine, so we can make sure the user create same records in the all three systems, so that user should be able to create records in development system and apply those records to production system. So maintenance screen is created, save it. Now go to SM30, SM30. Whenever you do the changes, open the transaction code again, okay, so that it will reflect all the changes. Okay, now edit the maintenance screen. Suddenly, all of a sudden, the server becomes slow. So we are able to see this warning message, right? Table is cross client. I'll tell you like why we got this. There is a concept called client dependent data and client independent data. So when I'm explaining that, I'll let you know this. So this is the maintenance screen, right? Now, what is the difference between one step and two step? Overview screen is same for both one step and two step. This is called overview screen. But when you try to create a new record, there is a difference. Click on new record, new entries. It is showing a single screen, a separate screen to create the new records. But when you select one step, did we get this screen? Again, it provides an option in the overview screen itself. We are able to create the new records, right? We don't have another screen in the two step, right? But here at a time you can create only one record. 201. Click on save. To create one more record, again click on this next entry, enter the data, click on save. Like that you can create record one by one. Records, you can create the records one by one in the two step, right? So which one is convenient? One step or two step? Now click on save to create these two new records and go back. Two new records are created. So which one is convenient? One step overview screen or two step? for the users to create it quickly. Anyway, that's about table maintenance generator. If you want to try standard recording routine option, select it, click on save. Save the table maintenance screen. I've changed the property to standard recording routine. Now go to the maintenance screen. I'll open it again, SM30. Click on edit. Let's say I want to change the license number of one driver. I did some change and click on save. What it is asking? It is asking for a transport request whenever I do the changes, so that we need to send this transport request to test system and then to production system. So whatever the records I created here, the data, right? So this data will be automatically moved to test and production systems. Otherwise, if you select the second option, it won't ask for any transport request, right? You can create locally in development, test and production systems. Is everyone clear? So here, whenever you are creating the maintenance screen, please make sure you provide unique screen numbers. Okay. Don't repeat the screen numbers for the same maintenance screen. Okay. This is one thing. I'll show you one more thing. So here it is showing incorrect labels, right? Headings. What is CON? We don't know what is CON. LICENS. We don't know what is. These names are not correct, right? So from where these names are coming from? Did we enter any names in the maintenance screen for the headings, field headings? Did we enter any names? No, right? These are coming from field labels in the data element level. Sorry. These are reflecting here short description, medium, long and heading. DRIV. For license, go to the data element, check the, sorry, not the name, license. If you see, this name is reflecting there, right? So that's why field labels are important. For CON, it's contact, right? Contact number. It is displaying the short description as a field label here, field heading here, right? Let's say you entered incorrect in the data element level, incorrect labels in the data element level, but somehow you need to fix this. But somehow you should be able to change these field headings in the table maintenance screen. How to do that? Go to table, edit the table, open the table in change mode, go to table maintenance generator, go to environment menu, modifications and maintenance screen. Sorry. Click on maintenance screen. Continue. Select any screen and continue. Now go to layout. Select layout. So why I'm doing this? I'm trying to change the field labels. I'll explain more about this later, but just observe. Double click on this. So instead of CON, I'm changing in the table maintenance generator level. Okay. Text. I'm updating the text. Driver name. This also I'm updating. Driver. Okay. Now if you want to expand the length, if you want to provide more space for the any field, expand like this. Place the cursor and expand like this. Okay. If you want to do any custom changes to the maintenance screen, otherwise it will automatically generate. Okay. If you want to provide more space for the driver name, expand it, save it and close it and activate it. It is inactive, right? Activate it and go back. Sorry, go back, close this and save the maintenance screen. Now open the maintenance screen, SM30, edit. I think it is locked, means I've opened it in the another screen. Open it again, SM30. These headings are updated, right? So I did not do any changes in the table. Okay. I did changes in only the table maintenance screen level to update the labels. Clear? Is everyone clear? Now there is one more important thing in the table maintenance screen. Let's say I want to add a new field to the table, or I want to delete the existing field to the table. Right? I want to add one more new field called email. Let me find any existing data elements. I'm not going to create new one. I'll use this existing one, email. Okay. Is there a field label? Now activate the table, save the table and activate the table. What I did, I've added a new field in the table. Now go to the maintenance screen. Can we see that new field in the maintenance screen? SM30. Can I see that new field in the maintenance screen, email ID? Are you able to see here?
No.
It won't automatically reflect in the maintenance screen because the maintenance screen is already generated. Depends on the existing fields, right? If you add any new fields to the table, or if you delete any fields in the table, you need to regenerate the maintenance screen. Please remember, you need to regenerate the maintenance screen. Please make a note. Whenever you add new fields or whenever you change the data type, length of any existing fields, right? What you need to do to reflect those changes in the maintenance screen, you need to regenerate it. Okay, you need to regenerate the maintenance screen. How can you regenerate it? Go to open the table in change mode, go to utilities, table maintenance generator. Here there are two options: completely delete it completely and create again, right? Or use this option, change. Why you are changing this? New field, new field in the structure. Okay, or you removed a field in the structure, field table removed from the structure. Select the relevant one. What we did we remove any field? No, right? We added one more field. Select it. Select this option. Okay. Click on continue. So where in which screens you want to reflect? If it is a single screen, right? One step screen, it won't show this option. We need to select both. Continue. It will regenerate the maintenance screen. Okay. It will regenerate the maintenance screen. Again, save it and go to SM30. Observe the differences. What happened after regenerating the maintenance screen? A new field is added, that is email address, right? You can enter data for email address. For the existing records, you can update the value, right? If you want to create a new record for the bus driver, click on new entry. Here you can enter the all the data, okay? But what are the other differences you have observed? Observe the field labels, field headings. They're again reverted back, right? They're again regenerated and just taking names from the field labels from the data element level. Whatever the changes we did, we lost them, right? So that's why please make a note. Whenever you are trying to regenerate the maintenance screen, you are going to lose all the previous changes, right? So that you need to change it again. You need to change the field labels again. You know, right, how to update the field labels? So whenever you add a new field or remove an existing field, you need to regenerate the maintenance screen. That is very, very important interview question. Okay? Very important interview question. Is everyone clear? If you want to update the labels again, go to utilities, table maintenance generator, and go to environment, modifications, maintenance screen. Select screen because we selected the two-step screen. Go to layout. Here select the field name, change the text. Like that, update the text, save it, close it. It is inactive. Activate this. Go back, close this and save it. Again open this in SM30. Okay, this is updated. Is everyone clear? We create transaction code also, a custom transaction code for this. Did we discuss about transaction codes in previous sessions? Creating a transaction code? No, right? I'll explain when we are working on the transaction codes. How to create a transaction code for table maintenance screen. Instead of using SM30, we can provide that custom transaction code, right? So that user can directly open the table in change mode. We'll discuss that later. Okay. Is everyone clear on table maintenance generator? So what is the use of table maintenance generator? Table maintenance generator screens or TMG are used to maintain the data in tables. Mostly we create table maintenance screens for master data tables to maintain the master data, right? So when creating the table maintenance generator, the menu option is utilities and table maintenance generator, and then we provide the authorization group, function group, and we select the maintenance screen type. Is it a one step or two step? If you select one step, it will show only one overview screen. In the same overview screen, you can create new entries or update the existing entries or delete the entries. If you select two step, first it will show the overview screen. There you can change the entries, delete the entries, and when you want to create a new entry, it will show single screen, right? When you press single screen as new entry option. So here you have two different screens. Sorry, you need to provide two different screen numbers for two step. The very important other option is recording routine. If you select no or user recording routine option, you can create records locally in development system, test system, and production system. But if you select standard recording routine, it will allow you to transport from development to production system, so that you can make sure you have same number of records or same records in the development, test, and production systems. If you select the first option, standard recording routine, whenever you create a record or change the existing record, it will ask for the transport request. Okay, and then you can create a custom transaction code to access the maintenance screen. Otherwise, in general, we can use SM30 to access the maintenance screen. You can also update the field labels in the maintenance screen. Okay, is everyone clear? So we have at least two interview questions here.